Level 1, the tiro. You are 18 years old. You stand before a recruiting officer in a provincial town square. He examines your teeth. He measures your height. He checks your hands for calluses. Farm work is good enough. You swear the sacramentum, the military oath. You cannot break it now. Desertion means death. You march to a legionary fortress. Weeks of marching. Your feet blister and bleed. You don't complain. Complaining earns you a beating. You're issued a pack. It weighs as much as a grown man. They call you Marius's mule now. Every recruit carries this joke. You drill with wooden swords. Twice as heavy as real ones. Your instructor is a veteran with no patience left. He hits you with a stick when you're slow. You build a marching camp every single night. Trenches. Palisades. Even when nothing threatens you. Discipline never rests. You learn the formations. The testudo. The wedge. The line. Your arms shake by sundown every day. You share a tent with 7 other men. A contubernium. Your bunkmates. Your only family now. One man named Gallus snores like a dying boar. Nobody sleeps well. You eat the same rations daily. Hard bread. Sour wine. Occasional meat, if you're lucky. You miss your mother's cooking. You don't say it aloud. 6 months pass. You're still not a real legionary. Not yet. Level 2, the legionary. You are 19. You finished training. You're issued real armor now. Lorica segmentata. Heavy iron plates. A gladius. Short and brutal. A pilum. Built to bend on impact. Your first campaign begins. You march into unfamiliar territory. Gaul, they tell you. Cold rain. Endless mud. Your first battle terrifies you completely. The enemy screams before they even charge. You form the line anyway. Shields locked together. Your centurion stands behind you. He'll kill you himself if you break formation. You throw your pilum on command. You draw your gladius. You stab. You don't slash. Slashing gets you killed. The fighting lasts minutes. It feels like hours. You survive. Gallus doesn't. You carry his body back yourself. You don't cry where anyone can see you. That night, you drink terrible wine with the survivors. Nobody talks much. You write a letter home. You don't mention Gallus at all. Your mother worries enough already. You fight 3 more battles that season. You stop flinching by the 3rd one. Something inside you goes quiet and useful. Your centurion notices. He starts using your name instead of just recruit. Level 3, the veteran legionary. You are 24. 5 years of service now. You've fought in Gaul, in Germania, along muddy rivers you can't pronounce. Your body carries scars you don't remember earning. Younger recruits arrive constantly. Green terrified, exactly like you once were. You train them the way you were trained. Minus some of the cruelty, not all of it. Cruelty has its uses. You've learned every trick that keeps a man alive. Watch the enemy's eyes, not their weapon. Trust your shield more than your sword. Stay in formation no matter what. A young recruit named Titus attaches himself to you. He reminds you of yourself. You don't tell him that. You take a spear wound in your thigh during a siege. The medicus stitches it with a bone needle. No wine to dull the pain. Only leather to bite. You walk with a slight limp afterward. Forever, probably. Your unit besieges a hill fort for 3 brutal weeks. Starvation tactics. You watch the defenders weaken slowly. Watching hunger work is worse than watching a blade work. The fort falls eventually. You loot what little there is. You send coins home in a sealed pouch. Titus dies in that siege. An arrow through the throat. You write his family yourself. You don't know what to say. You say it anyway. Level 4, the decanus. You are 28. You're promoted. Decanus now. Leader of your own contubernum. 8 men under you. Your word carries actual weight for the first time. You teach them everything the hard way taught you. Discipline. Formation. When to be afraid and when to ignore it completely. One of your men, Rufus, questions orders during a march. You correct him firmly. Not cruelly. Just firmly. He listens after that. He understands the difference. Your legion moves east now. Toward Dacia. Mountains this time. Not mud, not plains. Different enemy. Same fear underneath. You lead your men through a narrow pass. An ambush hits from both sides. You keep them tight. Shields up. Blades ready. 3 of your 8 men survive that pass. You carry that number with you forever. Every decanus does. You write to their families personally. It's the hardest part of the rank. Harder than any battle. Your legion wins the campaign eventually. You receive a small commendation. A silver philera for your harness. It doesn't feel like enough. Nothing ever does after losses like that. Level 5, the optio. You are 33. You're now optio. Second in command of an entire century. 80 men, not 8. Your centurion is aging. Older than most. He teaches you everything he knows before his body fails him completely. You learn logistics now. Feeding 80 men daily. Moving them efficiently. Keeping morale from collapsing during long marches. You learn paperwork too. Nobody warns recruits about paperwork. Requisitions. Duty rosters. Endless lists that somehow matter as much as any sword. Your century garrisons a frontier fort for 2 full years. Peace. Mostly. Boredom mostly. Boredom kills discipline faster than any enemy could. You keep your men sharp anyway. Drills. Inspections. Small competitions between contubernia. A local uprising erupts unexpectedly. Your century responds within hours. You lead the advance guard yourself. Your centurion trusts you completely now. That trust took years to earn properly. The uprising ends quickly. Brutally. You don't enjoy that part of the job. You never have. You write reports afterward. Dry, official language covering something that wasn't dry or official at all. Level 6, the centurion. You are 38. Your old centurion finally retires. You take his place. Centurion now. Command of the century is entirely yours. The vine staff, the symbol of your authority, sits heavy in your hand. You use it sparingly. Fear alone makes poor soldiers. Respect makes good ones. Your century respects you. You earned every inch of that respect through 15 brutal years. A new campaign begins against tribes along the Danube. You lead from the front now. Centurions always do. It's tradition, and it's also simply expected. An arrow grazes your shoulder during one engagement. You keep fighting anyway. Stopping isn't an option for a man wearing this rank. Your century holds a critical position during a larger battle. The legion's flank depends entirely on you. You hold it. Men die holding it beside you. You mourn them properly privately, the way you've learned to mourn by now. Rome grants you citizenship rights beyond what you already earned. Land eventually, they promise. 25 years total service, then land and a pension. You're most of the way there now. Level 7, the Pilus Prior. You are 43. You're promoted again. Pilus Prior. Senior centurion commanding the first century of your entire cohort. The most prestigious century a centurion can lead. Younger centurions look to you for guidance now. You give it honestly, sometimes harshly, always honestly. Your cohort marches into Britannia, an island at the edge of the known world. Fog and cold unlike anything you've experienced. The tribes here fight differently. Chariots, painted warriors, genuine terror in their war cries. You adapt your tactics accordingly. Experience teaches flexibility eventually. Rigid men die first in unfamiliar wars. A young centurion under your guidance panics during his first real engagement here. You steady him personally, the way someone once steadied you decades ago. He survives the battle. He thanks you afterward. You tell him thank the man beside him instead. Teamwork saves lives, not individual heroism. Your cohort conquers new territory slowly, fort by fort, village by village. Rome's borders creep steadily outward because of men exactly like you. Level 8, the Primus Pilus. You are 48, the highest a centurion can rise. Primus Pilus, chief centurion of the entire legion. 5,000 men more or less answer eventually to your command structure. You sit in war councils with the legion's legate now. Your opinion carries genuine weight in strategic decisions. 30 years of service have taught you things books never could. You train the newest centurions personally now, passing down 3 decades of hard-won knowledge. Some absorb it well, some don't. War doesn't care which. A major campaign draws you back to Germania. Familiar territory from your youth, changed by time the way you have changed. You command the legion's vanguard during a decisive battle. Thousands of lives balance on decisions you make in seconds. You make the right ones. Most of them, anyway. The legion wins a significant victory. Historians will write about it someday. You'll be a footnote at best. That's simply how this works. Rome remembers legions. Rome rarely remembers individual centurions, however Primus Pilus they became. Level 9, the Prefectus Castrorum. You are 52. Your final promotion arrives. Camp Prefect. Third in command of the entire legion, below only the legate and the tribune Latoclavius. You oversee the fortress itself now. Construction, supply, discipline across the entire garrison. Younger officers, sometimes noble-born, technically outrank you on paper. They know better than to act like it. You've forgotten more about warfare than they've learned in their entire privileged lives. A final campaign calls your legion into action. Your body aches constantly now. Old wounds, complaining in cold weather. You lead anyway. Retirement isn't official until it's official. You oversee a massive fortress expansion between campaigns. Roads, granaries, defensive walls built to outlast your own lifetime by centuries. Your legacy in stone and packed earth, if nowhere else. A young tribune asks your advice constantly. You give it patiently. You remember being that green once, impossibly long ago. 25 years of total service finally complete. Discharge approaches. Anesta missio. An honorable one, hard-earned across a lifetime most men couldn't survive. Level 10, the veteran. You are 55 years old. You receive your discharge diploma, a bronze certificate proving 25 years of honorable service. You receive land too, exactly as promised decades ago. A modest farm in a veteran's colony. Other old soldiers as your neighbors now. Men who understand without needing explanation. Your hands shake sometimes now. Age catching up to a body that survived nearly everything else. You walk with that old limp still, plus several new ones layered on top. You tell stories to local children sometimes. They love the exciting parts. Battles, victories, narrow escapes. You don't tell them about Gallus, about Titus, about all the names that still visit you at night sometimes. Your own son considers joining the legions himself. You have complicated feelings about that. Pride and terror in equal, uncomfortable measure. You attend a veterans gathering every year. Fewer familiar faces attend each passing year. That's simply how time works for men who chose this particular life. You sit on your farm most evenings now, watching the sun set over land that Rome gave you for your service. You think about the frightened 18-year-old boy who once stood in a recruiting square, having no idea what the next 37 years would actually demand of him. Somewhere tonight, another 18-year-old boy stands in that exact same square. A recruiting officer examines his teeth, his height, his hands. The boy doesn't know yet what he's agreeing to. He'll learn exactly the way you learned. One brutal campaign at a time. The cycle continues.